All right. Now it's time for
Drew's News. Drew's News. Exciting tales, fresh comic views. In the pages, heroes fly, villains plot under the sky. From Gotham's dark to Metropolis views, we cover stories old and new. Drew's News. Drew's News. Your daily source for comic clues. Join the fun. It's a heroic cruise in the world of Drew's comic news. Beautiful.
dun dun dun. Ba-dum. Da-dum.
All right. As
All
you can tell,
right.
I'm shocked. All right. So
This
is me. Following the success, from what I understand, of the Wolverine versus Predator, which was absolutely great. I cannot recommend that enough to people. Marvel has announced another comic series that follows a similar platform, which is Predator versus Black Panther. And just like that book, it'll be a 4-issue miniseries seeing Predator, aka the Yatuja, fighting against T'Challa, aka King T'Challa from Wakanda. Well, okay, we're not going to get into the current storyline, but that. And not only is it similar, it's written by the same guy. So writer Benjamin Percy will be joined by artists Chris Allen and Ken Lashley in a story where the Predator... What happened?
I said Ken Lashley's doing the art? That's awesome.
Chris Allen and Ken Lashley are both doing the work. Look at that.
That's a boss. Yeah.
Yeah. So Predator is heading to Wakanda to obtain vibranium for his tribe. And on his mission, he, of course, meets up and finds a challenger in the Black Panther. So Benjamin Percy talked at great lengths about how this made so much sense that the Black Panther is a great adversary for the Predator, and how Wakanda is just a fantastic stage for it, especially because, since Wakanda has that perimeter shield, when that's activated, that basically turns the country into a hunting preserve, which is right up the Predator's alley. So, you just got that interesting mix of the Yatuja, their love of vibranium, weapons, trophies, all of that. So essentially, Percy said, and I quote, "If you're a comics nerd, I will feed you. If you're a movie nerd, I will feed you too. And if you've never read anything about Black Panther or Predator, you get fed as well."
Oh, we can all take.
So this will be debuting August 21st, and you can bet if we can get him on an interview at Terrificon, as he will be there.
Did I freeze?
Is that me or Drew? I think it's Drew.
Okay. Whew. I was like, oh no. So, Carrie, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm not sure how comments are doing because I can't see them, but
Calypso
doing pretty good.
Loves our intro to Drew's News. I'm guessing that's Friday, isn't it?
I'm not sure. It could be.
I wonder. We don't normally get a lot of new people, so I'm always wondering if it's the same people. Oh no, we lost Drew completely. I hope he's okay.
Oh no.
Do you know the Muffin Man? I knew it was Friday.
Who lives on Drury Lane?
Yeah. Where is
So
Drew?
yeah, well, his internet's off. Currently, by the way, folks, AT&T and Verizon are both having nationwide outages, mostly focused in the Midwest and the Northeast. So,
no, I was.
So we'll wait a little bit
because we're supposed to be getting storms. The whole world's crashing around us. What do you want to go to the next news or what's next? Probably more Drew.
Huh? Oh, yeah, I have. Oh, good for you, Tom. They don't work for me. So I have to do Verizon. So yeah. Oh, there we go. He came back.
My town has its own internet.
Sorry, everybody. I had a slight glitch. My apologies. But yes, so August 21st, very psyched. Hopefully we can talk to Benjamin Percy about this terrific con. Awesome. So,
Oh yeah.
All right.
yeah. So I cannot recommend to both of you. Please, like, Wolverine versus Predator was awesome. It was only 4 issues and it was fan-fucking-tastic. So even if you know nothing about Predator, it was really easy to follow. The same thing with Wolverine, but the way it was done, like, I'm psyched about reading this. This is gonna be great.
All right. Next up, speaking of being fed, DC has announced a one-shot comic book based around the Super Pets special Bite Identity Crisis.
Okay, because because that cover is really cute. I'm not gonna say it, Carrie, but
okay. Bite Identity Crisis features Nightwing's three-legged pupper Bitewing, or Haley Grayson, taking a trip to the Kent farm. There she'll be joined by Crypto, Streaky the Super Cat, the squirrel from Green Lantern, the squirrel Green Lantern, the Wonder Woman kangaroo Jumpa, Ace, the Bat Hound, and Gleek from Super Friends. Hints on the variant cover by Gustavo Duarte suggest that we might be getting Bat Cow, Dexter from the Red Lantern Corps, and a bird that Plastic Man has been hiding, perhaps? There may also be a plethora of pets that Damian Wayne has been collecting as well. We just don't know at this point. This has been written by Tony Fleeks, Alexis. Yes?
Oh, no. Go ahead.
Okay. This comic is written by Tony Fleeks with Alexis Quaserano, say that one, Michael Conrad, Dan Waters, and Kyle Starks, with art from Mike Norton, PJ Holden, Sam Basri, Chris Mitten, and Kyle Starks. The main cover work was done by Pete Woods, with variant covers by Tony Fleeks and Carl Kershaw, which have not been released yet, and this incentive variant cover that I'm showing you right now. This is a 48-page book, and it's going to be going on sale July 30th.
I'm sold.
Tony Fleeks with more of the animals, huh?
Yep.
I'm sold. I'm good. Even the pun enough.
I'm like,
the Bite Identity Crisis. I was like, I'm good. This is gonna be great.
It's going to be cute, at least, if nothing else.
I mean, Plastic Man having a bird, what a game changer.
We don't know where he's been hiding. Apparently with all of the hidden pets that Damien has, so.
He would. He's sneaky. Ninja pets.
So next up.
Oh, this is me, Assassin's Creed Mirage. In collaboration with Ubisoft, Dark Horse Comics is launching a brand new Assassin's Creed comic series, Assassin's Creed Mirage, as I just said, a Soar of Eagles. The series features the creative talents of writer Michael Avon Omen from Blue Book, artist Mirko Kolak from Lunar Lodge, colorist Lauren Affey from Count Crowley, and letterer Jim Betancourt from Star Wars: The High Republic Adventures. The cover art is crafted by Julie Dillon, Stranger Things Kamachka. Set years before the events of Assassin's Creed Mirage, the story follows a young Fulada who returns to his homeland to investigate political turmoil that may be linked to a secret order of the ancient stronghold. Fulada and Roshan face immediate threats as they uncover the root of the chaos and violence in the Duelist. Assassin's Creed Mirage, A Soar of Eagles, 1 of 3 will be available in comic shops on November 6, 2024. You can pre-order it now at your LCS.
You know, I'm starting to notice more of a trend where comic book, like video games, are continuing their story with comics, which I'm fine with, because again, the universes are usually pretty fascinating.
Well, Assassin's Creed started off. Oh no! I'm thinking of my next story. Cool. But But Assassin's Creed, it's fantastic. I'm actually just finishing up with Origins again on my Xbox.
Oh, nice.
I'm trying to 100% the game, so taking a little time.
May the odds be in your favor, Jeremy.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, nice. But that's
All right.
great. So good stuff. What's next, Gary?
Next up, we have absolute comic book rock star Chip Zdarsky is going to be adding his talents to the folks over at the creator-owned digitally different Distillery Comics. Chip got his first break with Sex Criminals, which he wrote with Matt Fraction, and he has always kept one foot in the creator-owned comic book companies since that point, even with all of the work that he's gotten with the big two. Starting off with Time Waits, which will be released in late summer, Zdarsky is going to be putting in 4 separate titles. Time Waits is pairing him up with co-writer David Brothers, artist Marcus, whose name apparently I don't have. Thank you.
Marcus. Yeah.
Thank you. Colorist Matt Wilson and letterer Ariana Marr. This story is going to revolve around a time-traveling mercenary named Blue who has just jumped far back in his timeline into what is our present. There he hides out in a small town and starts to fall in love and make a life with the sheriff, Grace. Of course, no one is allowed happiness in time travel, so his former organization decides to track him down and send a bunch of soldiers to hunt him and capture him for desertion and the knowledge that he possesses. With regards to the other titles that he has signed on for, Zdarsky has said that he has ideas for all 4 covered in the deal, which are in different stages of development. As he says, the second title is being drawn, the third title is being written, and the 4th one is being discussed. But all the artists are lined up and everybody is ready to go, which is nice. And with everything on Distillery, you can order your digital copies and then you actually will own them and they are sellable. It's an interesting system that they have. And the hard copies you can get from them as well. Every hard copy issue from Distillery is presented in a perfect bound prestige format featuring wraparound covers with spot gloss on robust cover stock, complemented by 48 pages of exquisite interior stock. It's the Distillery difference. And I will quit being a commercial now. But I just thought that was neat that they do that with all of their comics, because that little extra. So, next up. Bum, bum, bum.
Yes. I 100% stole this from Leo because I was like, no, this is the Batman story I'm covering. So, one of, in my opinion, the best Batman stories ever published, being The Batman, The Long Halloween by Jeph Loeb and the late, great Tim Sale, is getting a final sequel to this ongoing story called The Last Halloween. So Jeph Loeb is returning to write the 10-part mystery story that is essentially going to continue the story that we saw with 2021's The Long Halloween special. So, as we know, unfortunately, Tim Sale has passed on, but Loeb will be joined by several artists, such as Eduardo Risso from 100 Bullets, Dave Stewart, and Richard Starking, as well as Klaus Janson from The Dark Knight Returns, Mark Chiarello from Batman Black and White and the Batman Houdini Devil Workshop. Check that out. Batman, Houdini, Elseworld, awesome. And more who can be announced later. So it's a 10-part mystery where Gotham learns to fear Halloween once more as a terrible event threatens to destroy Jim Gordon's life and puts Batman and Robin's teamwork to the test more than ever before. In a city of liars, mass vigilantes, and criminals, can anyone be trusted? So apparently this was already something that was in the works with Jeph Loeb and Tim Sale. So they had already decided to tell the last chapter following the Long Halloween special, which is kind of the prologue to this story. Then, of course, speaking to other people like Mark Chiarello and Richard Starkings, who worked on previous Long Halloween books, they were like, "Listen, we gotta do this as a tribute to Tim. It's going to conclude the war between the crime families, the gangsters and such, and the costume criminals, aka the Freaks, as Batman, Robin, DC's most famous villains, face off against another holiday, who, did you remember, is a serial killer who kills people coincidentally on holidays, and secrets leading back to the long Halloween special will be revealed. So this will be available Wednesday, September 25th, and I can't wait.
And it said it's 10 issues? Or
10 issues,
books?
sir.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm loving the covers, these first ones that they're showing. I don't know if they're all for the same book, but...
No, same book. Same book. No, they're...
This is number 3.
They're different. They're different covers for the same title.
Oh,
that's what I meant.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, and they're all doing their best to mimic Sale's style. You can tell that especially by whomever drew the penguin, because that's how they did the teeth. But yeah, the Riddler. Yeah, that's 100% how Tim Sale did it. So
I like
having
his
met
little
Tim
enigmatic
Sale,
grin.
I will say this: having met Tim Sale at 1 or 2 cons, he was a really nice guy. Loved meeting his fans. I'm really fortunate to have as much of my collection that I have signed by him, and he is very much missed. So, I'm glad that we'll see the end of this story, because, in my opinion, this is one of the best Batman stories that was ever published. So,
anyone know what the numbers 51, 56 stand for?
No idea, but there's always a reason with these stories. So
that's what I'm figuring.
Yeah, they're on there, so
we'll see.
That one doesn't have them, but
we will see.
All right.
What's next, Carrie?
Sads.
Oh.
Yes. So yet again, proving that everybody in our beloved industry is a national treasure and should be appreciated and met whenever you have the opportunity to do so. Colorist Tom Luth, also known for his work on Sergio Aragonés Gru, has died recently at the age of 70. According to his collaborator, Mark Evanier, cartoonist Phil Ye and his wife Linda went to check on Luth at his home on May 23rd and found him that he had passed away, apparently from a heart attack. This awesome artist studied illustration at the California State University, Long Beach, began working in comics in the 80s. First time he colored Aragonés' work was for a cover of Uncle Jam, which was a free paper in 1982. Then he began coloring Gru the Wanderer as a backup for Pacific Comics. He basically was the colorist for the entire comic by issue 5, and he stayed with the series Gru the Wanderer for over almost 40 years. When it went from Marvel to Image and then to Dark Horse, where his work also included the Gru Conan crossover, aka Conan meets Gru. He was a frequent colorist for Stan Sakai's Usagi Yojimbo, which included his first arc when it moved from IDW in 2019. He did some issues of Mike Baron's Nexus, The Badger, a couple of Disney comics, Mad Magazine, and a mini comics that were included with Masters of the Universe toys. So there you go, Jar. He did some cover work for Fantagraphics on titles that range from Love and Rockets to King Kong. While he was retired, he did return to color Aragonés and Evanier's Gru story for the Comics for Ukraine benefit anthology, which was nominated in 2024 for an Eisner. And his final work with Aragonés was the cover of the collected edition for their space series, Space Circus, which will be published later in 2024. So our condolences from Splash Pages to him and his family. And thank you for all your contributions, sir.
Well said.
Thank you.
All right.
So say we all.
And wrapping it up on a bit of a higher note.
Oh, that's me. The Witcher. That's a me. Now a hugely successful video game and live action streaming series it all began with author Andrzej.
You're doing fine, buddy. It's okay.
Sapkowski's original short stories. Dark Horse Books continues its Witcher comic adaptations with The Witcher: The Edge of the World, a hardcover original graphic novel based on one of these stories. The Edge of the World will be brought to life by writer Magdalena Salik, artist Tommaso Donato, colorist Chris O'Halloran, and letterer Hassan Otsmane Elahu.
Good job.
Yeah. This story delves into some of Geralt of Rivia's earliest adventures, revealing surprising truths about demons. Dark
The
Horse
nature.
describes the graphic novel work is hard to come by for Geralt, and for his bardic traveling companion Dandelion, the doldrum of the road is not a worthy subject for his rhymes or ballads. The Witcher, The Edge of the World goes on sale December 18th with a cover painted by Kai Carpenter. That's sweet.
That's beautiful.
I want to read more of The Witcher just because I just saw this. I'm like, huh.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been reading some of it. I mean, again, I came late to the game because my first introduction to that was the series, which is still my favorite work of Henry Cavill's. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love him when he was the kid in Count of Monte Cristo back in 2002, and I appreciated his Superman. And I know he's done other things. He did Mission Impossible, Man from U.N.C.L.E. I know he's in that new thing, League of Unsavory Gentlemen, or something like that. Mm-hmm. But I loved him as Geralt of Rivia. I thought he did such a good job. Yeah. And the fact that he was such a big fan, to me, really did bring a lot to the series. I mean, the fact that the reason he left was because he got really irritated with that they kept deviating from the story of the video game and the books and doing their own thing. So, you know, like, that's a real fan. And, you know, he just can walk away. I'm like, damn, that is awesome. So, yep.
All right.
Yep. So, can't wait for that.
We just finished up Drew's news.
We just watched Drew's news. You just watched Drew's news.
Yes, we watched the news.
Because we're really smart.
We're really, really smart.
All right.
Hey,